Peace, how everyone doing? It's Nika Bay, member of the Aboriginal Republic of North America, co-owner of Be Healthy Fresh Food Market located at 442 Genesee Street, Rochester, New York, 14608. Um,
Yes, yes, yes. It's me, Negus, and Malcolm right here chilling. But this is Diallo Payne slash Craig Carson, one of the principal contributors, along with AJ Sheeta Beats, and Aaron Thompson, among others, Janilla B Tenses, that are down with the deadline ROC.com. Again, that's the deadline ROC.com. And Sean, and Negus, excuse me, is also part of this team as well. Excuse me, brother. That was a slip up on my part.
it's all good.
But yes, we're here to have a discussion. Negus went out of town and he went to a very interesting affair, a very interesting endeavor down south in Atlanta. And he was telling me he was going to go on it. And I was pretty intrigued because I always want to know more. And I think this convention and this particular event that he went to is something we should all know about. He could shed light on his experience. So, and I'm leaving it mysterious that way. So he can, of course, put things in perspective and not me. And if we have the blessings from Brother Malcolm, we shall continue. What was that, Brother Malcolm? We can continue? Well, all right then, brother. Thank you. All right, so start us off. What was the conference that you went to? I think it was this last weekend. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so it was the Aboriginal Summit, 11th annual Aboriginal Summit. They started doing it in, I believe, 2009. Yeah, so this was the 11th one. And basically, what we did was we had town hall meetings, we had barbecues, cookouts, we had some fun. We partied at the chief's house, and we talked about basically how we're going to govern ourselves, moving forward. And we talked a lot about COVID-19 and remedies for it. I actually bought back some products. I bought back Nutriplex, Viral Stop, and Megaleaf. Megaleaf is an immune booster type of herbal supplement. Contains over 12 different indigenous plants. The liquid of the plants, so that you could boost your immune system, high in vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, things like that. The viral stop is for all viruses, all pathogens, all funguses. Um, so that stops that immediately. You take that twice a day. So whenever you get sick, I'm gonna save that for like the winter. So in case I start feeling sick in the winter, I start taking that viral stop. And the Nutriplex is just an all-inclusive mineral supplement. It contains over 70 minerals from different indigenous plants. It's about this big. It's a yellow bottle, and you just take a shot or two a day, and you get your vitamins and minerals in, because we don't get a lot of vitamins and minerals in from the food that we eat, because the food is, if it's not organic, it's heavily sprayed with pesticides that deplete the nutritional value, or we eat foods that don't have any, a high nutritional value anyway, like cooked food or boxed food, those type of things. So we want to eat more raw foods and more, plant-based whole foods, so we could get more vitamins and minerals in. And even if we're doing that and not meeting those requirements, we could take supplements like the Nutriplex to make up for it.
Okay.
So yeah,
Question for you, just to take a bit of a step back. The Lay Foundation. What was the name of the conference?
it was called the Aboriginal Summit.
Okay, and so at the Aboriginal Summit, what about the beliefs was discussed? As to folks that claim kind of like Aboriginal status.
It wasn't too much about that. It was more so about uh, governing, being a part of an indigenous government as it relates to interfacing in politics. So, for example, if you're on the ballot as a candidate, for the presidency of the United States, then you have to disclose all of your financial information. You have to sign a form saying, "I will disclose this financial information in my bank accounts, my tax statements, this, that, who I'm getting money from, donation type thing." But if you're running as a write-in candidate, you don't have to do any of that. So it's basically, like the person that's on the ballot is kind of compromising, and the person that's the write-in candidate, who obviously most of the time doesn't win, is the one that's keeping their sovereignty and keeping their integrity and not bowing down to the corporation. So it was about that. It was a little bit about that, teaching our people that they should run as write-in candidates, no matter if they're running locally, uh, nationally, anything. Run as a write-in candidate, so you don't have to be subject to certain laws and codes that are in those
Makes sense.
papers. And we also had a talk with Ansar El Muhammad. Ansar El Muhammad is the mayor of Sun Village, California, and it's a tribal township. So that whole town is owned by the Aboriginal Republic of North America. The whole council, the mayor, everybody in politics is black.
And what's the name? You said Sunville, California.
Yep, Sun Village, California. Yep.
Cool.
And it's a really it's like a non-industrial place. So like if you go out there, you would be like farming and like growing food and stuff like that. It's not like a city. It's not like Rochester where you're catching the bus and working and all that. It's not really for that. It's for really just, it's an agriculture town. That's what they're known for. And it was all type of indigenous tribes that lived there before they set up the nation known as California, the state known as California. So yeah, so we talked about that and how Ansar El Muhammad has, for $400 you could apply for e-residency of Sun Village, California, and you'll have certain say-sos that go on in Sun Village, California, as it relates to the infrastructure and the economy and things that are getting built up there.
You said e-residency?
Yeah, it's called e-residency.
Explain what that is. That's unique. I've never heard that before.
So e-residency is where you're a resident, but you don't like physically live there, but you can put that you live there on like certain applications. So like say you're applying for a loan, or you're applying for anything that requires your address, you could legally use that as an address. Say I'm a part of this community, or I live here, to get certain things done. So yeah, so that's what the e-residency is, but it's electronic. So it's like an electronic residency form.
Okay.
So it's just like it's just starting. It's just in the works. He just formulated it probably a couple weeks ago. So it's just in the works, and yeah. So he got it going though.
And just give us an idea for those that don't know the core beliefs for those of the Aboriginal Republic of North America.
Yeah, so basically it's the First Nation state that deals with a lot of law, as well as economics and nationality. So basically it goes off the premises that Black people are indigenous to every part of America. First and foremost, we believe that we're indigenous to every part of the planet Earth, but America more specifically, because this is where we live at. So, and that's that's as it relates to law. We know that we're indigenous to the whole planet, but we can't really use that legally and lawfully because we don't live in every part of the planet. We live right here. So it's a legal standing saying that we claim, stake to this land right here in America, in different regions, depending on the region, that we're in. So you got just sanguinis and you got just solely. Just solely is rights to the land by being born there. Just sanguinis is rights to the land by being a blood descendant of there. So Europeans are just solely. They're born here, but they don't have a blood tie to the land. So we're both born here, and we have blood ties to this land. So we're just sanguinis and just solely. So that's just a little and that's illegal. These are legal terms. It's not like it just something like in Webster's dictionary or something. These are actual legal terms. So yeah, we deal with nationality first and foremost, making a distinction between a United States citizen and a United States national, because a United States citizen is one that is under the jurisdiction of the United States. The United States is a corporation located in the District of Columbia, doesn't have jurisdiction exceeding 10 square miles. Basically, what that means is that you're subject to the rule of the United States. When you're a United States national, you're not as subject to that rule because you're making a distinction. I'm interfacing with the United States, but I'm not under the jurisdiction of the United States. So it's a total complete difference. For example, if I'm going to apply for a job as a United States citizen, then I have to pay taxes. I have to give, you know, um, say I want the money direct deposit. I have to have it. The bank has the name of the bank has to be in my all caps name or the given birth name, um, and that's problematic for a lot of reasons. As far as the bank account is concerned, as far as our name being attached to our money is concerned, it's problematic because when you have your name attached to funds, it's easier for creditors to take the money from you. So, for example, I have a trust called Negasel Bay Trust, and if I bought a house, or if I bought a car, if I bought a gun, if I bought life insurance, I could put all of those in the trust. They don't have to be under the name of Sean Matthew Bonham. If they're under the name of Sean Matthew Bonham, it'll make it easier for the property or whatever I have to be taken from creditors if I default on payments. If they're in a trust, then it's way harder because it's not actually in my name. So I'm not as liable for it. So yeah, and it comes with a lot of benefits to having a trust and to not having stuff in your name. A lot of tax benefits. You skip out on probate when you pass away. It's not a lot of bickering about who got this and who got what, and this person getting paid and this person probate getting paid. Whatever it says in the trust outlined, whoever's the beneficiary of the trust, that's who it goes to. It's not a whole long legal process to where a lot of different people is getting paid.
Mm.
So
Very,
so that's
very,
the benefit of it.
very thoughtfully. No, other way around. The very financially thoughtful.
Yeah.
Very financially thoughtful. So, were there other things as a part of the convention that you thought were interesting you would like to share with our audience here and Brother Malcolm, of the Deadline RLC.com? Any other things that like kind of piqued your interest?
Um, Basically, seeing all of the people, like I was seeing people that I met on Facebook and stuff. I seen them at the conference, and it was just beautiful to see so many people that are on the same type of thinking and want to change for their community, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. Nationality is about family. You know what I'm saying? Building family institutions. We even in March, it was protocol from our government to start getting ready for what may come, because our government deals a lot with it's called indigenous cosmology. It's basically like astrology, but it uses way older calendars. So basically, you got the Great Conjunction coming in October, November, and December. Long story short, it points to civil war, food shortages, things of that nature, calamities. So
You're saying these things are coming in October this year?
there's a strong possibility. October, November, and December that we'll see these things. We'll see blackouts. We'll see food shortages. Um, we'll see civil war. Yeah. So basically, protocol from our government in March was to start getting ready for that now. So I'm building with Sister Allie, and we getting those things going.
Ali who?
Allie.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
we
doubt.
building and we getting those things ready. We getting water. We stocking up on water. We stocking up on food. We getting a generator. We getting self defense things. And
Yes, get those
yeah,
things.
and
Yes.
so to prepare. I think everybody, even if nothing's gonna happen or whatever, I think everybody should have those, things all on deck at all times, because we never know. Like it don't even got to be no government tyranny thing coming. It could be a hurricane or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're gonna want to have a generator, some water, some food. You know what I'm saying? You always should have that. You should set that in your budget. Yearly, to have those things prepared on deck, because you never know what could happen. And I think our local leaders, politicians and stuff, they need to allocate funds for that, for informational resources, where to get that stuff and how to prepare for emergency preparedness. I know New York State does it, but local governments need to do it as well. So that's what we was talking about at the summit too. You know, how to prepare for that stuff, um, what to get, where to get it at, and um, things like that. It's just a governmental safe haven, because that's how governments protect themselves and they stay afloat by having resources.
Okay, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. And anything about the convention that, like, aside from the things that you mentioned, will be something that you think will stick with you for a long time?
That's a good question. Definitely meeting my man Bully Graphics. He does all the like for the government. He does all the clothing designs. So definitely linking up with him, meeting up with him, and having him working on my clothing line. That's coming out, relaunching. I had the shirts recently. Now we're gonna go into the hoodies and the long sleeve shirts. So definitely linking with him. He's a great mind. He's a very positive brother, and you know building with people that want to get it done that day. Cause like I was with him, I'm like, yo, let's do it right now. He like, yo, let's do it right now. Sent him the deposit, and we, got it started. You don't run into people every day who are ready to do business immediately that day. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, shout out to him, Bully Graphics, add him on Instagram. I definitely, will remember that. And yeah, I think that was like one of the most important things.
Okay. Okay. So we're about to sign off. Is there anything that you would like to bless the people with, a certain thought or idea or term or concept or whatever, before we slide?
AliForPresident.org, AboriginalMedicalAssociation.com, GovernmentReparations.org, Be Healthy Fresh Food Market, 442 Genesee Street. That's it.
Word. All right. Thank you, good sir. Thank you, good brother, for laying it down, blessing the people, and putting this on to some extra things to keep on the mental.
Yes, sir.
And I am Diallo Payne / Craig Diallo Carson signing off for the Deadline ROC.com. Get
Peace.
with us.